Do you know what I am so sick of? I'm talking so sick, like more than Neo. I am so sick and tired of being sick of this. It's these stupid stock picks on YouTube and newsletters and pretty much everywhere. So many of these people just market their trade picks, their stock picks as the next 10 bagger. Oh, I've got a track record of all these stocks that went up 1,000%. So these new stocks are going to do the same thing, and I'm smart, pay me money, and I'll tell you what to invest in. Here's the thing, this type of offer does get newer investors to buy stuff, because a newer investor does not realize that picking a good stock is just a very small part of the overall process of trading, because 90% of trading happens in the trade management, and that happens after you're already in the stock. Getting into the stock is just the easy part, and it's just the first part. And most of these newsletters, they don't tell you what to do once you're in it, they just give you the stupid pick. And it's the same thing, it's the same example that I use all the time when people talk about, oh, if you got into Amazon 20 years ago, you'd have so many returns, you'd be so rich. And then they show you a chart like this, and you're like, oh wow, yeah, this chart is amazing, it looks so good. If only I bought here, now my stuff would be here, I'd be rich. But okay, let's say you bought here, okay? And let's actually zoom in to see what happened from where you bought to where it is now. Okay, so what did I say? You bought in like 2004? Okay, well, from 2004 to the middle of 2006, Amazon lost over 56%. Now tell me something, would you be able to hold through that? Okay, and then it shoots up again, and then look, oh, we get the 2008 crisis. Amazon falls over 60%. Would you be able to hold through that? Already in the span of 4 years, you've seen this thing get chopped in half twice. Who is holding through that? Very few people would be able to. But no, the example they always show is this one, where it looks all nice and smooth on the way up. And they make it seem like, oh, if you only picked Amazon, everything would have worked out. But that's just not true. Your trading process and your trading management is always going to be way more important than the pick. Pick doesn't matter as much. There's a lot of stocks from a lot of companies that you and I have not even heard of that have done great in the stock market. My point being is that you don't even need to pick something like Amazon to be successful. A lot of stocks do well, and they're going to do well with or without you. Your job becomes the management of your own money in that stock. So there's a great article by MacroOps, which I'll link to below, that talks about this. They talk about, do investment newsletters add any value? So my buddy Tyler wrote this one. He said, remember, a pick is only the beginning, only an entry. You still need to know where you should exit the trade if it go against you. What factors invalidate the original thesis? The newsletter rarely mentions this part of the process. Plus, you're going to have to know where you take profits. There's all these trade management things like your risk point, your targets, your position sizing, because most investors just don't have the experience to know how much more important process is over picks. How much of the pick do you buy? Do you go all in? How does it fit into your overall portfolio? Does it reduce your net exposure to the broader market? Does it increase it? These are all things that go into portfolio management theory, which the experts know how to do. And it is a lot of work, which is why I said picking the stock is only 10% of the game. Tyler says investing in the market on a pick alone is equivalent to taking off in a plane without knowing how to land. He says you should not be exposing your precious capital until a solid plan is in place for how to navigate and control it. Success comes from having a comprehensive process that is applied to the market consistently. Investing requires a battle plan, one where every contingency is accounted for. And you hear me say that all the time, create a plan and then stick to it. And your returns over the long term are going to come from successfully executing that plan. It's never about a single pick. It's always going to be about the full cycle, all the stocks you selected, and how you manage them. So the worst mentality is to think that you're going to find some special 10 bagger, 20 bagger that no one else is going to see, and that's how you're going to make your big name for yourself or all your money. It's just ridiculous. And you might be thinking, but oh, AK, what about value investors? The pick is everything for that. And to that, I would say yes, value investors spend a lot more time on picking the stock in the first place because they're putting a huge portion of their capital into it. But guess what? The hardest part after they select their stock and put all their money into it is waiting. That's why if you're a value investor, you gotta have more patience than anybody. And that's why most people can't do it. Like Buffett and Munger, they're known for their patience and being able to sit and wait, because that stock might not move for a long time. Value investor guys, they don't time anything. They just see a value and get in and wait. So that waiting is the huge trade management thing that most people can't do. Everything still comes down to trade management regardless of your strategy. Now, newsletters and picks are not completely useless. I'd be wrong to say that, because what they do help with is idea generation. So I don't know how you invest personally, But maybe you're a more discretionary trader that likes to get ideas from outside. There's a lot of successful investors that do that. They use their network, they talk to smart guys, and that's how they put together their investment theses. It's what VCs do too. So that idea generation is valuable. But in the markets and trading, you got to understand it's only the first step of the process. So you got to treat it like that. The idea generation also lets you see what the other guys are thinking. And there are definitely some smart people publishing stuff. That's something you can look at, and you can look at how they're analyzing a stock, and you could learn from that and actually apply it to your own process. That's valuable. And then also you might be in a stock that someone else hates, and it pays to go and read what they're saying about that stock because it might challenge what you originally thought. And if you're fallible, then you should have an open mind to changing your opinion, right? So reading others' opinions that go against yours could be very valuable too. And that comes through YouTube and newsletters and stuff. So the ideas are good. But as Tyler says here, remember, ideas are only as good as your ability to plan and execute on them. And that goes for markets and everywhere else. So there you go. My rant is over. Ranting makes me real thirsty. But the next time you're getting sucked into a pick and just getting too involved with it and putting too much emphasis on it, I hope my annoying voice just gets into your head and reminds you it's not that important. Actually, maybe we should turn into an ASMR channel. Don't be stupid. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you get notifications. Stay fallible.